So I think it was the last conversation that you and I had, right? That we finished filming and I was like, I want to talk about Vata derangement. And it was very funny because I was so Vata deranged when I texted you at that time as well to be like, we are talking about this, goddammit. And it was just, right? Well, that was my pitta really, but you know, hey.
The body in embodiment.
Well, no, body and embodiment would be more like the Vata derangement, but that would be a little bit, right? BAW. I'm so.
It's like the porn star version.
Yes, totally. Ooh, striptease yoga. That'd be a totally different version. I would make people do that all the time when I was teaching yoga teacher training because they get so serious that I was like, you guys, it's time to do striptease yoga. Come on. So, you know, we would do all sorts of like fun pole dancing moves in the middle of sun salutations, and you'd be in warrior poses and I'd be like, all right, so what are you going to do? You're going to reach around and you might slide down a little bit, and you know, that's a little bit more kapha derangement, I think, than Vata derangement. Anyway.
So let's explain for anyone who doesn't know, what is Vata, so that we can then talk about what Vata derangement is and how freakily prevalent Vata derangement is in our culture, right?
Absolutely.
It's such a thing. It's everywhere all the time. It's
right.
like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Count of Monte Cristo.
I haven't, but let me tell you a fun tangent that when I went out to Marseille the last time, we actually went out to the island that
Elba.
Yeah, the Chateau d'If.
You went to the Chateau d'If island?
Chateau d'If island with Russell. It's brilliant. And so you're going out and they've got it all set up, you know, and how you can walk through, and they're like, this is where he supposedly was held. And this is, if you guys have seen Shawshank Redemption, right? If you haven't read the Count of Monte Cristo, it's the same story. It's nothing new. We just repeat it. But the Chateau d'If, it was fabulous. So fabulous. So we'll have to do that. Anyway, go ahead. Count of Monte Cristo.
I love that movie, and it's my crying movie. So when I've if I've been too busy to be in my emotions, but I know I can't just not feel, and then I know I need a good cry, but sometimes it's like the day you have time to have a good cry, you don't feel like crying. You're just like, no, I'm fine, right? We do that thing. So mine is the movie The Count of Monte Cristo, because it's so bloody unfair that I just like get so upset that I totally bawl my eyes out. But there's this part where he says to the love of his life, like, God, like, you keep talking of God, can I not get away from him? And she says, oh no, he is everywhere and in everything. And I love that expression, but I use it in a little bit of a different way, which is like, oh, Vata derangement, it is everywhere and in everything. And I'm like, God, which is this concept of light and love, and Vata derangement is not a concept of light and love. It's a concept
of not really. No.
Disease and frustration and anxiety and panic attacks. So
work and like crazy energy. And I think one of the reasons that I originally wanted to talk about this was I sense and see a lot of yoga instructors talking about energy, about like we really want to build things. And I was noticing a lot online about like working the Sushumna Nadi, if we're going to call it that, the energy channels of the spine, and how it should be very uplifting and you should feel super energized, and that people were talking about Kundalini rising all the time, and we really want to get there where the Kundalini rises. And I had taken a Kundalini class as well, and she focused a lot in the cueing of hold tight in Mula Bandha, which is going to be another podcast episode because that's really pissing me off. And then Pitta, and then feel your Kundalini rising. And it was almost like you have to feel it rise if you are going to be part of this class. And if you don't, well, then fuck you and get out of class because you must be doing it wrong.
Banished from
you're banished from yoga if you don't feel your Kundalini rising, or you don't feel your Vata derangement, you don't feel your prana escaping through the top of your head, whatever it was. And and I think the point that I had come to was like, but it should be it shouldn't be something that you actually force to happen. None of this should be. This should be the idea of the arising happens as a result because you've got some good support in place. So if we're sitting here trying to create all these things in our lives, and we do it like this, right? There's this frenzy to it, well, we're going to call that a Vata derangement. But maybe, I like what you said, maybe we should talk about what Vata is first. You guys, thank you so much for listening. It really was great to have you. And please feel free to send us any questions or comments that you had on this particular topic, or really any topic that comes to mind.
If you want to connect with us, you can connect with us at our website. So you can find Josh at jlmtherapeutics.com. He's got to contact us. And so contact Josh. If you want to contact me, I'm at janatiyoga.com. And if you email anything on that website, it all comes to my inbox. So that's how you can get a hold of the two of us. And on each of our websites, you'll find I almost did it, ampersand, CIYT. No, it's a hashtag, Mona. It's a hashtag. You will find more information about Confessions of Inappropriate Yoga Teachers on both of our websites at hashtag CIYT.
Awesome. So if you'd like to support us, we've got a couple of ways to do that. You can either go to Patreon and be a paying supporter for us, which is awesome. And you can also give us feedback at any time. You can head on to social media and talk about us and just help us build the community. And that is worth its weight in gold as well. So we love to be able to bring this to you. And those are the ways that we can. So again, thanks for listening to Confessions of Inappropriate Yoga Teachers, hashtag CIYT. And until next time, everybody.
Be inappropriate.
Yes,
Very
indeed.
inappropriate.
Very inappropriate.
Very inappropriate.